I would say this program has been a money back guarantee. I think what you are giving us is even more than what we paid for, as in
Oh,
the
thank you very much.
pouring out everything. You know, I've been to Sweden, and I know how much I paid for the Schengen visa. And after yesterday, I was like, wow. So this is just itty pitty, you know. And then you still find a lot of Nigerians today exploiting people, all these opportunity. They don't even know what to do, and yet they collect money from people. You know, this has been an eye-opening, serious one. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. I even tried to also apply for a Qatar visa on my own, with assistance from the facilitator also. So I would just say thank you so much. God bless you, ma'am, for all you are doing. God bless you. God bless the facilitator. So I won't keep you for long. I think that's all for now. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, that is, you made us happy this evening. We are grateful for that review. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you are getting value for being here, that your hours that you spend and the data you have spent is not in vain. You are getting something. Thank you so much that you're even using it and you are taking it into practice. That's one of the things that you learn something and then you put it into practice. That is just very beautiful one. God bless you too for being here. God bless you. I also want to plead that you also refer us to other people. Where you know people that are also in need of trainings like this, you can see the way we run it and just invite them. Just share the link and then get them to join us. Thank you so much and God bless you. Sorry, we are going to be starting the class. Maybe we'll give Joanne, I don't know. And our resource person is here already. You know, our time zone is different and he's in the office already. So let's give him the time that he has given to us so that we can get some more reviews or you can drop them as text. We could also read them. Thank you very much as we invite Mr. Wells. Thank you, sir, and God bless you for being here this evening again. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now greetings to everyone. Can you guys hear
Good
me?
evening, sir.
Yes, how are
Good
you?
evening,
Yeah,
How
good
are
sir.
you?
You're
evening, sir. You're
welcome.
Mr. Wells,
welcome.
good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening, sir.
thanks to everyone. Yeah, thanks. Warm greetings to everybody. Like, I actually joined during the review section, and trust, I was so delighted and impressed. And the entirety of the process was just so mind blowing. So, in a bit, I also want to say thank you to everyone who gave their review. And I do still believe that virtually most of us still have one or two things to say. So a big thanks to all of you. So today we are going to get started. Today, everything about today's section will be practical, right? We are going to put to work all that we have learned, and we are still going to have most part of our pain points exposed. So you will learn how to go about the entirety of the traveling agency business, running it so effectively with just little or minimal guidance from immigration lawyer. That has always been the intention. That has always been the goal. So today we are going to be looking at three destinations or three countries. We'll be looking at the United States of America. We'll be looking at Canada, and we are going to be looking at Australia. We are going to have a practical section in those countries, and permits, we might look at the United Kingdom, right? One of the easiest places to get visa is the United Kingdom. Yeah, I think in the last few months, 98% of people who applied for the United Kingdom visa got it. Yeah, so you can see it's easy peasy, but it's usually 6 months. If you want something longer than 6 months, that's a 10 years. But so if time permits, we might get to look at how to apply or how to go about getting application for your clients, for yourself, or relatives or friends. So without much ado, as the culture is, you advise to listen with all keen interest, pay the very best of attention, take notes when you're supposed to take notes, and don't forget to leave your questions for those who have questions in the chat bar. so that you can actually be given opportunity to get answers to most parts of your questions. So, and at the end of the section, yesterday I promised to give out a visa slot to just one person, but it's sure gonna be an e-visa. Now, we are going to maximize that. So I actually have a problem. So I have a problem, an immigration problem currently. So at the end of today's section, I'm going to discuss that problem with the participant. So whoever has answer or whoever can help me out, I think the person should be rewarded with a free Australian e-visa. Yeah. But if at the end of the section I don't get to find answers, then I'll be keeping back the slots to myself. So let's dive into today's section. We are going to begin with Canada. Yeah, we are going to begin with Canada practical section on how to register for Canada. Then when we're done with that, we are going to move to the United States of America. Then when we're done with that, we move to Australia. And if time permits, we are going to look at the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom. And our practical section will be how to fill out visa application forms online, or how to schedule appointments, and how to prepare for interviews. When we get to the United States of America, we are going to look at some interview questions and how to answer them. So that if you are going for either what sort of visa are you coming for the United States, we have explicit idea as to some of the interview questions, be it a B1, B2 visa, an F1 student visa, or H1B or ESTA, depending on the visa type you're coming for. We are going to see a little bit to the interview questions and the very right answers to give to those questions from an immigration perspective. And we also look at common pitfalls. Yeah, okay, why do people get deniers? I think if we all know why we get deniers or why deniers exist, we will be able to cushion for further deniers and put a total stop or prevent future deniers. So first, we'll be starting with Canada, and we are going to look at the types of visas exist for Canada. Then we try to see how well we can get our hands on how to apply for one or two, either a visitor visa or a work permit or a study permit. We'll see how well we can actually get to apply to them. Then you also, in the course of the application, get to see the requirements you need. Then lastly, we'll see common pitfalls. We'll see common pitfalls and the reason for deniers and all. So we'll be starting with Canada. So vis-a-vis now, when you talk about Canada, there are basically types of Canada. There are types of Canada visa. Yeah, there are different types of Canada visa, and when we're done, we'll go over our computer system to see them. So vis-a-vis, the Canada visa is divided into two, just like every other nation. We have temporary residence visas and we have the permanent resident visas. So temporary resident visas are visas that actually gives you opportunity to visit a particular country, let's say Canada, for instance, and then you stay for a certain period of time. Then after that, now you to some extent could now start working towards getting a permanent residence. So, but what we'll be looking at both. And a visa type to temporary permanent resident visa is the visitor visa. Some of us must have heard about visitor visa or tourist visa. So in most cases, it is called the visitor visa. Some persons call it the tourist visa. So why do people apply for visitor visa? What's the purpose for the visitor visa? The visitor visa basically is being applied by applicant basically to visit Canada for tourism. So they are basically for the purpose of visiting. So maybe you are coming to attend a Canada carnival, a Canada tourist event, or whatever. That is when you go for the visitor visa. Now we have family visit. Okay, a spouse coming to visit his or her civil partner in Canada, parents coming to see their children, grandparents coming to see their children, children coming to see their parents. So all sort of family visit are basically under the visitor visa. And we have the short business trips. Maybe you come in for a business presentation, a proposal, to attend a conference, to do short course in Canada. So that is where you get to see the visitor visa. Now, the validity for it is 6 months. Now, when you hold a visitor visa, you're not permitted to stay beyond 6 months. You are only permitted to stay for a total duration of 6 months. And the visa type, the visa duration is an enclosed 10 years. So when you are given a Canada visitor's visa, it's 10 years, but you can only stay within the doors and coffers of Canada for just 6 months. Now, and let it also be remembered that the Canada visa types, visiting visa, we have single entry here. Single entry means you can only enter Canada once. And once you leave Canada, you can't enter Canada anymore. Now, why multiple entries means you can enter Canada as much times you want, as long as the validity is still checked and the visa duration is still in place. So that's that for the visiting visa or visitor visa. So we are going to look at that also. Now the next is the study permit. Not no such thing called study visa, right? Study permit. Now, why do people apply for study permit? People do this basically to come study at a designated learning institution in Canada. So it's basically for the purpose of study and usually long programs. So when you are coming to study in Canada for courses or programs that are more than 6 months, then you need a study permit. You'll be getting a study permit for that. And the duration of your study program plus an additional 90 days. So if the program you're coming for is 4 years, you'll be given a 4 years visa plus 90 days. If the duration of the visa is 2 years, you'll be given a 2 year study permit plus 90 days. Right. So that is what the study permit visa the validity. And when you're holding a study permit as a student, you're allowed to work part-time during studies. That's 20 hours per week for Canada, and full-time during scheduled break. So when you are out of school section, you can work 40 hours per week. But during the times you're in school section, then you can only get to work 20 hours. That is to say 4 hours per day when you are still in class or taking classes. But when maybe you guys on break, some sort of holidays or out section, then you're entitled to work 8 hours per day, totaling 40 hours per week. Now, the next type of visa is the work permit. Now, the work permit is also a temporary resident visa. The purpose is the permit is usually given to foreign nationals to come work with a specific employer or to come work for non-specific occupations or in specific occupations, right? So that is when you get to be given the work permit. And there are different types of the work permit. We have employer-specific work permits. The employer-specific work permit is a work permit that is given to an individual, usually a foreign national, to come work with a particular employer in Canada. Do you see that now? So that is the employer-specific work permit. Now we have the example of the employer-specific work permit is the Labor Market Impact Assessment, which is also known as the LMIA, the GHP, the Global Hypergrowth Program, and other sorts like the Living Caregiver Opening Pilot Program, the Rural Northern Migration Program. So these are examples of employer-specific work permit. Now, beyond that, we got what is known as the open work permit, right? So the open work permit allows dependents who are actually dependent to someone holding a work permit. So let's assume a man has got a job, got a permit with Canada. So his wife can work under what is known as open work permit. So it's ability to students or skilled workers. They do that. So when you're a student or you are a skilled worker or someone who is holding a work permit,
Daddy, see my own biggest one. That's my own biggest.
Okay, now, so when the open work permit is given to holders who are dependent to either someone holding the work permit or the study permit under certain immigration program. And at those juncture, someone holding an open work permit can work anywhere, just anywhere he or she wants to work, he or she can actually get to work with no restriction. Now, beyond that, we have the express entry. Express entry are point-based immigration system for skilled workers who want to become permanent resident of Canada. So the express entry are types of permanent resident programs or visas. They are visas that people get in order for them to actually migrate to Canada to become permanent residents. And some of the programs in the express entry include the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trade Program, the Provincial Nominee Programs, and the Canadian Experience Class. So for people who actually want to participate in these, they just get to create an online profile, and those with the highest score will be selected or invited to apply for permanent residency. It's usually open to persons who are highly skilled workers. And one of the challenge with the process is it takes the longest of time. When you are trying to come in via the express entry program, it's so interesting to know that it could take you 2 years. But you see that now, 2 years you're still on that same route, still on that same process, trying to get trying to be invited to apply. So let's look at the basic requirements before we go into a practical section. Now, proof of funds is the backbone. You need proof of funds. So that should be remembered. Proof of funds is truly needed. So whether for visitor, whether for study, whether for work or express entry, except exception with a few exemption for work. But as long as you come in as a visitor or holding the visiting visa, you need to demonstrate that you have sufficient funds to support yourself during your stay in Canada. And those funds should cover for your accommodation, should cover for your transportation, as well as your living expenses. So you must ensure you have sufficing amount that can cushion for that. And you know, one way to save on proof of funds, don't come in with don't get to put in so much day and longer stay. Always go for shorter stay. Sorry. So always go for shorter stay. So that will enable you to actually get to just present few funds. Now, study permit you truly need. So Canada, you need 20,000 Canadian dollars as proof of funds. Now, work permit, you don't need proof of funds for work permit since you got a job already, right? But you need to also demonstrate that you are capable, especially when you're going with dependents or family members. You need to demonstrate that you can support yourself as well as that of your accompanying dependents or family members during your stay in Canada. Now, for the express entry, you actually need proof of funds as well, unless if you got the express entry while having a job offer. So then you don't need the proof of funds. Now, the next thing to actually look out for when applying for Canada visa is you need traveling history outside proof of funds. You need a very strong travel history, especially to countries with strict requirements. Do you see that now? So when you're trying to apply for Canada visa, it's most advised that you should have actually you have gotten visas for other destinations, right? That's more reason why if you are not coming via the work permit route or the study permit route, you are coming via the visiting route. It's most advisable that you should at the time, before the time of your application, have a good traveling history. The reason for most rejections, there are three reasons for rejections: proof of funds, travel history, and ties to home country. So vis-a-vis now, those are the basic reasons for denials. So ensure you have good traveling history. And one good traveling history is if you have visited places with strict visa requirements like the US or Schengen area, that increases your chances. It can impact positively on your visa application. The reason why that will impact positively is because it actually demonstrates that you have traveled before and that you have complied with visa conditions of other countries before coming to Canada. Do you see that now? So the immigration officer was like, okay, yeah, this person has traveled before, and this person has also complied with the laws of social countries and all. Let me also reiterate that if a traveling history is not visa, that should be well understood. A traveling history is visa stamp, immigration stamp. That's what I meant. Sorry, not visa stamp, immigration stamp. So what that means is, if you have Croatia, someone today said he was trying to apply for Croatia visa, and I did hear someone talking about Qatar also. The fact that you have a Schengen visa does not mean you have traveling history. You must go to the Schengen region, because what actually validates your traveling history are not the numerous visa stickers or e-visas that you have handy. So you can bring all the visas you have, but that is not what validates. What validates is how many stamps have you gotten, what immigration stamps that are on your passport are actually what is considered to be traveling history. So you should actually get to remember that. You should actually get to remember that. Okay, yeah, because if that is not in place, you don't have a traveling history. That's why it is not application history. It is not visa volume or how many visas do you have. That's not the condition. The condition is just trying to check for your traveling history. How many places have you been to or traveled to, and have you complied with the laws of those countries? That is actually what is to be considered. Next is ties to your home country. 90% of visa deniers are to this reason, from experience over time and the experiences a whole lot of persons have been having. The reason why I was talking with someone today, the person told me that she actually got a visa today. So she was so excited. So I was also happy for her. Then she now said that getting a visa in Nigeria today is very difficult. Oh, I just want to build my statement on that. It's simply difficult, not because Nigerians can't get visa, it's because of ties to home country. And that is the jackpot syndrome, the jackpot dream. Whoever that leaves Nigeria never to return. You know, so immigration officers are strict on
Hello,
this.
Abba.
Yeah, wow.
Abba.
Yeah, there's a time difference here. No, no. So, títí dalẹ́, báyìí bó bá ṣe máa ń jẹ́, àmọ́ bá ṣe máa náà follow things up.
Sáà ibo ni property Lásù yẹn wà?
Lásù yẹn. Kíní ni sáìdì kan jù sáà.
Let's kindly mute our mic, please.
Something
Let's
like
allow
this people now.
the speaker to go on, please.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, sir.
now ties to home country has been the major reason for deniers. All over social media spaces today, you see happy Nigerians who leave Nigeria and never want to come back. You see, with some of the national upheavals in places like the United Kingdom of the Britain asking other nationalities to leave their country for taking their jobs. These are factors to be considered. So what the immigration officer does, you could have a good proof of funds, you have good traveling history, but for most deniers, from experiences that people have shared, ties to home country has been the basic reason. So if you can deal with this, If you can conquer ties to home country, then you got a visa already, especially for visits, especially when you are going for a visiting visa. They just want this because there are so many persons at asylum centers in some part of Vancouver in Canada who are dying under the freezing cold for free. So they don't want such occurrences to keep happening. So you just have to give a very strong ties. You must have a good ties to your home country. So when they say ties to home country, it simply means establishing substantial proof that you will return. That if you are given this visa, you're sure gonna come back. Not minding how bad African economy is, not minding how bad our political system are, not minding how everything about the black race is just speaking negativities, you still come back. If you can establish that, you'll be given a visa once you have good proof of funds. And even Benin Republic has your traveling history. Yeah. But if you can establish ties to your home country, there is no gimmicks, you'll be denied. You'll certainly be denied because the rate of asylum seekers abroad, refugee camps in the Western world are filled up. So they don't want any of that to continue. So, what are some of the ties you can use to give a very cogent returned reason back to your home country? First, you can use job offer or your employment letter. You must have a job. If you don't have a job, have a business. That is advisable. If you're on those platforms, your business is not registered. It's not a good one. Go get business registrations, pay your taxes when due, so that you can actually use all of that as your ties to your own country. Because I got a business, actually, I will come back. I'm only going for a conference. I will come back. I got some stuff down in my home country that I'm paying and all. So if you don't have a business of your own or your client don't have a business, employment is important. If somebody is not employed, yeah, it's apparently not coming back, especially when he's going for the visiting visa. It's common sense to know that if someone is not employed and he get a visa to Canada with the so much out there on social media of Africans going and not wanting to return, they will just deny the person. And they'll state the reason very boldly. Sorry, you were denied because you can't establish consent of returning back to your home country. So one of the ties is employment or business. Employment to be job offer or your employment letter. Then subsequent ones are your business registrations. Yeah, I got a business. I'm running a business. I pay my taxes. All of that will suffice. Next is asset acquisition. What assets do you have? If you got no assets in your home country, then how are we supposed to believe that you come back? So assets in this case now include stuff like landed property, in short, real estate assets, shares and stocks with governments, their assets. They should be appreciable assets, assets that you can actually just forgo for anything. So property ownership is an added advantage. For some of us who got properties, even if you don't have property, you can buy. I learned recently there are still some parts in Africa. Let me just use Nigeria as a case study, where you can still get a piece of land for 300,000 Nigerian naira with some real estate fame. So you don't even have to pay at once. You can do a kind of an installment payment, and you are now a landlord. Nobody is going to check your property. Nobody is going to go to your land. All they want is just to see that you own property proofs like your deed of agreement, your survey, and stuff like that. So this also will add up to your approval, right? So if you do have a job, good ties to your home country, you got a business, a double tie. You got property, super. That actually increase your chances. And another tie you can use is family obligations. Like people who are married and or people who are married have a better strong point. Okay, he's the only one going for the conference. When he's done with the conference, after he won't be leaving his wife, he won't be leaving his children, or she won't be leaving her husband and her children, so she will come back. That to some extent gives you a good tie. For those who are not married, you might not be able to use that. And the other tie you can see is ongoing education. For maybe you're a student just going for a visit for an educational tour or going for an educational conference. You can use your ongoing education, evidence of enrollment in a school or university that you are running currently at the time, to actually get to use that as a standpoint. Now, what are common pitfalls to deniers before we go over to try for ourselves? Now, most reasons for denial outside these are: one, incomplete application. The reason why sometimes we have deniers are, let me get to give us a reason. We sometimes use persons or agents who are not, some of these persons are not so intellectually sound. So at the time that fill your application, there are so many spelling errors, there are so many syntax and semantics error. There are just so many grammatical errors. Let's just cap it at that. That can still impound on your application. And some persons don't understand what is required to be filled. Let's say they say, describe the purpose of your visit. Describe and can, okay, let's unmute. Okay, if I want to ask a question, okay, if you just know the answer, put up your hand. There is no reward for this. We are going to look at the reward after now. Okay, when I say describe the purpose for your visit, can someone actually tell me which of the following interrogative pronoun is required? Is it what, why, who, where, or which? When they say describe the purpose of your visit, describe your visit, describe it. Just describe the entirety of your purpose for wanting the visa. Okay, I have few hands, and those people must be some sort of linguistic professors. Okay. And they are all returning participants. That's awesome. Returning participants. Okay. I'm going to pick two people at random. I'll pick Mr. Godwin Iro and Queen Daniel. So, Mr. Godwin Iro, if you are being asked to describe the purpose of your visit, is it why are you coming to Canada, or what are the reasons for coming to Canada? Let me just get to hear your view.
The pronoun, the right pronoun is why. Why?
Okay, why? That's awesome. Okay, let me hear from Queen Desani. Queen Desani, if you're there, can you tell us the right pronoun?
Okay. Yeah, why?
Okay, why? Yeah. So that's why. Okay, let's not belabor the point. We are going to do an application all by ourselves today. So at each point, I'll be picking the participant at random to tell us what we should do there. And lastly, let me get to give us a view. For times you don't understand anything, all thanks to ChatGPT. Copy it, paste it there, ask ChatGPT what they are trying to say. ChatGPT will tell you, copy it and go and paste it there. Easy peasy, right? So that you don't mistake why for what and which for who, right? So that we get it right. So most part of the reasons for denials: incomplete applications. Sometimes we skip some parts, we don't enter some parts, and non-consistency with information. Those guys are smarter than you. So certain informations have to be repeated more than 3 times. So if you are not consistent, for instance, you are asked to enter house address in page 1, for instance. You use 635 Pine Avenue, Pacific Grove, California. Then maybe in page 6, you are asked your residential address. You are now using another address. House address, as long as it's not permanent address, you can say you are using another address. It doesn't show correlation and coherence, right? It doesn't. So you have to be sure. Fill in every part of the form when required. Ensure you upload all supporting documents. Yeah, there are limits to the number of supporting documents you need, and your supporting documents should not be doctored. Don't go and use forged or fake documents. Everything you are submitting will be vetted with softwares. The immigration lawyer doesn't have the time to take all applications from VFS Center and start. The general syndrome is they will call your bank. You must have heard people say, by the time they call your bank, they will ask your account officer, hello, sorry, is this GT Bank? We want to make inquiry on behalf of Mr. Lagbaja Abdul. Can you tell us his bank statement at the time? For some of us who are here, I don't know if there's anyone who is a banker here or maybe an accountant who works in any of those finance houses. Nobody's going to do that. Do you know the number of persons who apply for Canada visiting visa in Nigeria alone? So they don't have that luxury of time to start calling your bank. So they are going to use software to vet this thing. And trust me, those softwares are well equipped to check for fraud or falsified documents. So it doesn't worth it getting a denial, because if you are being caught with false information, forged or doctored document, it could bring about a permanent ban or a temporary ban of 5 years. It doesn't worth it. So whenever you are applying, try to get the right information. Some persons, when submitting documents like their flight reservation, which is the flight itinerary, they'll go and use the reservation. That won't pass. They'll go and just make up some stories about some accommodation kind of stuff and still not having it pass. So ensure you check thoroughly, checklist all of the application checks provided by the Immigration and Refugee, the RCC. Double check that all required sections are completed and all necessary documents are included. Right. Some persons, I do know someone. I was actually checking through his application on the RCC portal. He's working with XYZ company, and his employment letter is coming from ABC company. Do you see that? It doesn't work. So if you work with XYZ company, you should get, especially when you are using employment as home tie, you should include your employment contracts or letter. If need be, upload your organization ID card. Now you should get supporting document from your organization like leave letter, that they are aware you are traveling on a leave and that you should be given the best support and all. All of that should be documented. Now, lack of strong home ties could bring about insufficient proof of funds and all. So vis-a-vis, these have been proven to be the reasons for most deniers. So we are going to go over the computer now and get started. So we are going to make an application. We might not complete them, but we might not complete them because of time, because I just want us to do 2 applications. First for visit, second for work. So I'll be sharing my screen so that we get something started, so that you get to see how all of those things work. So now that we have actually known the reasons why we could get denials and how to avert them, now let's go over the computer system to get started. Now, when you want to apply for the Canada visa of any kind, be it temporal permanent or be it permit, as the case may be, all you need to do at the time is you just go to the official website of the Government of Canada, canada.ca. I'm also leaving that on the chat box, so you can pick that as well. You can actually get to pick that. So for some of us who have computer system, please can you kindly click so that we do it together, because we'll be needing someone to sign up on our behalf so that we use his or her details to proceed with the application. So if you are joining the meet using your laptop, just click on the link so that when it's time for us to go over, you can just help us do the sign up while we use your details to log into the IRCC portal and start a fresh application. Just like the Schengen visa for Croatia that we saw yesterday, the process is easy. Applying for either a work permit or study permit or visiting visa, it's easy peasy, or shortcuts, it's easy peasy. Anybody can do it. So once you go to the official government website, just like you're seeing it here, so all I need is for me to click on English. And when I get to click on English, here we are on the Government of Canada website. So now let's get started with visiting visa. Now we want a visiting visa. The process is self-explicable. All you need, you don't even have to go around the site. Can you see Visit Canada? If you want jobs, can you see jobs? Find a job. For those who want to get job and apply for work permit, either for yourself or your relatives or clients, your jobs, find a job. The only difficulty that applies with getting job is sometimes getting job might be a little bit herculean because you need some human resource persons and you need some human resource tool. Now, I don't know if an opportunity will be given. As a traveling consultant, there are some softwares you need to have handy. You can actually navigate the traveling air quote space with great amount of ease. You can't do all of that with no softwares. Regardless your professionalism, there are still some softwares you need. So if we got another chance for a section, I think those softwares will be discussed so that whenever you need any information, you can just reach out, pick those informations and get started and get anything you want, especially when it comes to job. The last time, I don't know, for some of the returning participants, when we looked at the standard Canadian resume, you remember me saying something like the applicant tracking system, the ATS, you need to have an ATS software, right? Because if you don't have, there's absolutely no how you can thrive. So that you don't do these things on common sense, and people keep complaining, I've applied, I'm not getting job, or some persons I believe it's not possible to get job outside Canada. Yeah, it's their belief system, so it works for them. But it's possible you can equally get. But today we just want to go to visit Canada. We want to get a visiting visa. So all I need is for me to click visit Canada. When I get to click visit Canada, do you know the good news about this thing? The steps are also spelled out for you. You don't even have to go too much. Can you see? Apply for a visitor visa is written boldly. Visitor visas for workers and students. Transit through Canada, blah blah, get border. Okay, because of time, visit Canada on business. Stay in Canada longer. This you use this option when you're in Canada already and you want to extend your stay. Electronic travel authorization are for people who are able to enter Canada with just ETA with no visa. Example is the United States of American passport holders. Now, what we want to do is visiting visa. Just click apply for a visitor visa. For some of us who are also following the process, do same with me because I might call someone at random to share his or her screen and he or she help us get started with logging and signing in. So the process is well explicable. We don't have time to go through this section. Who needs a visitor visa? You can read it there. This is the cost for the visiting visa is 100 Canadian dollars. Let me get to check that up on Google. So 100 CAD to Naira. Okay, by what I have on Google is 115,801 Naira 19 kobo. So that is what you need to apply. That's what you'll be paying for the application. And let me say something. The application is not biometric, right? When you are done applying on this website, you have to go to VFS Center and apply for biometric dates. And when you're applying at VFS Center, remember VFS Center is not Canada Consular, is not Embassy of Canada. They are running their own business as well. They are traveling agencies that work for some of these governments. So they got staff, so you have to pay for the appointment. So when you are done making application, you have to still go back to VFS portal, just where we saw yesterday. Yesterday, when you clicked on start new application, It was Croatia you did. But when you're done applying here, it takes you to where you continue to the VFS center. So, but what you'll be paying the government is 100 Canadian dollar for visiting visa. So, without much ado, let's just go to how to apply so that we can apply. So, for those who are still joining me, good job. I'll soon be calling us now. So, here's where you have to select what are you applying for. Why are you applying? One, to visit as a tourist, to visit for business, to visit family, for a family visit, to visit your spouse or partner who has sponsored you for permanent residence, for compassionate reasons, to join a vessel as a marine crew member, none of the above. You must have a reason for applying. So to visit as a tourist, I'll select that. Do that also for those who are using their system because I'll call someone to continue. So I'll click continue. Now, when I click continue, look at what the system says. The system also spelled out everything I need for success. So you don't have to do anything, just follow the rules. Just like it's where during times when we're writing exams, there are instructions. So there are also instructions here. Do nothing, just obey the instructions, and your visa is voila on its way. Now, they say about the document list. Not all document listed below are required, some are optional. This is not an exhaustive list of acceptable proof to support a visa application. Only submit the recommended document that prove you're eligible for a visa. Even if you submit all the documents, there's no guarantee that we will approve your application. We must request more information from
Tiwa
you.
Church. Ẹ ṣe ìṣọlọ.
So now, the document you need for a tourist visa is the following: passport. If you're Nigerian or virtually all African countries, we do passports. So use your regular official diplomatic passports. Now, alien, okay, that's not a case. Document they don't accept, let's forget about that. Submit these documents with your visa application. Okay. So when you are submitting, let's look at a clear color copy of your valid passport or travel document that you use to travel to Canada. If you have a passport, you must provide a copy, blah, blah, blah. If you have travel document, blah, blah, blah. Let's forget about that. So we are going to go on to apply. Now, if you look below now, can you see where it says sign in? Because of time, we have exhausted almost an hour, and we still have to do US, we still have to do UK. I don't know if we have such time. Now, there are two ways of doing this now. One is after filling the form, you pay your biometric fee when you apply. You pay that here, the 100 Canadian dollar. You wait for your biometric instruction later. That will be sent the moment you are done and your payment go through. Then come back here to book an appointment with VFS Center so that you can get a date and a venue for your appointment. Now, for those who are using their system, all we need to do is you click on sign in to the IRCC portal. So you click sign in. When you click sign in, it takes you to where you will sign in. For people who don't have accounts, for those who don't have accounts, you don't have an RCC account before. Now, this is the step to getting an account. Those who have, just click to log in. Those who don't have, you click this, get invite code. So let's get started so that we have somebody do the process for us. Is there anyone using laptop for this meeting? Because we need a bigger screen. A bigger screen is needed. Can you just chat, yes, I'm using a laptop, or yes, I have, so that I can pick you to continue, so that we can do the application. You sign up, then you give me your login, then we finish up together.
Hello, hi, I'm John. I'm using a laptop, but I don't know how to share my screen. What should I click?
Okay, John, thanks for that. If you get to look above this meet, you're going to see chat, people, raise, react, view more, camera, mic, present. Did you see that? Joanne, are you there?
Here. I'm here.
Okay, now immediately after your mic, on the right part of your screen, you are going to see share your screen. And after that is exit the meet. Have you seen that?
No, what I'm seeing is I click the one that has more. And what I'm seeing there is chat, people, view, record, and transcribe. I'm not seeing the share
Okay,
screen.
can you see camera and mic? Camera, can you see where your camera is?
Yes, I see
Option to
camera.
enable camera. Can you see mic?
Yes,
Where
I've
to
seen
mute
it.
your mic? Can you see that? Then the next option should be share your screen.
Share.
That's what I don't have here. It's
You
more I
have
have.
it,
That's
so
the
just check. It's
Have it,
pointing an
just check.
arrow for you up.
Okay,
After the
look at,
mic, you see it.
can you see, look at my cursor.
okay. Your cursor. Okay. Where?
This is my mic, right? Immediately after my
Okay.
mic to the right, can you see share?
Or maybe because I minimize it. Maybe that's the reason I'm not seeing it. Because I have to
I'm
minimize
using
my screen with the
system.
other. Should I make it
Okay.
full?
Okay, maybe
Should I make
use
it
a
full?
make it full. Then let's see if you see that.
Okay, it's full now. Where I share
Okay,
screen. Record
okay, great.
settings.
Now,
I'm not seeing it. Please view more. Please, after the video camera, what I'm seeing next
it's
beside it is more and mic on both sides. More, and in that
okay.
more, record and transcribe. I'm not just seeing where to share.
I think you are
Okay,
going the wrong side. It's the other side. After the
Okay.
mic, camera. So you
Mic.
don't go to
Yeah.
camera there more. So go to the other
Oh,
way side, the other way.
okay, I've seen that.
After mic, before exit the meeting or leave meeting, do you see anything?
yeah.
Do you see an
Yes, I've
arrow
seen that.
pointing up
Yes,
after
I've
mic?
seen it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, so I'll stop sharing so that we continue from our own end. So now, Mrs. Joanne, thanks for helping us out. So this is what to do. Let me tell you what to do. Look at my screen. When you
Okay.
share your screen, you'll get an invite code. You click get invite code. So when you click, it's going to request you. Okay, it's still loading. It's going to request you to enter your email address and confirm your email address. So ensure you use an email address you have access to. So enter both email address, confirm your email address, and click on get invitation code. Invitation code will be sent to your mail. So when you get the invitation code, then you come back to this part and click create your RCC portal. You click on this. It will request you to enter your invite code, your email address, your password, confirm password, your first name, sorry, your surname, your first name. Then after that, you select order because you most likely be using your Nigerian phone number. So you click on order, enter your Nigerian phone number, and click sign up. So once that is done, you get an email to confirm. So once you confirm, we now get back to this part where we'll have to log in. So with the email and password you'll be using, we'll now click on sign into the RCC portal now to log in. So on this now, so I'll stop sharing my screen while Mrs. Joanne help us continue the application. And the
Are you seeing my
moment
screen
we
now? Because it's telling me my video works. We couldn't access the camera. So that's why I'm saying that. Are you seeing my screen from there?
No, I'm not seeing your screen.
Okay, maybe
Okay,
because
okay.
it's not video is available.
Okay, maybe we use another option because we have less than an hour to do this and we have two other nations to go. And today is the end of our section. So can we still get another volunteer? But once again, Mrs. Joan, thanks so much for that effort. I sincerely appreciate you and we all appreciate you. Thanks so much. Is there any other person we can use for the purpose of the practical using a laptop or a desktop?
Okay, I'm using a laptop actually. I might be struggling with network, but let me try.
Okay. Okay, now share your screen
I'm
I'll
using
stop sharing
laptop too.
now. Okay. Do you have a good network, please?
Okay, the other person can try. The other person that has a laptop can try.
Okay, please kindly share your screen while I stop sharing my screen and get on board to show us the process. Thanks.
Hello, sorry, sir, Mr. Wells. Please, I want to say, throughout this session, I've not seen any screen. Yeah,
Really?
I can't, seriously, I've not seen any screen.
Okay, I think
Even
we
your
got an
screen.
appeal. Okay, sorry to that. All you need to do at the time is just go back to watch the videos. Sorry about that. It would have been best enjoyed on live. Are you viewing from a mobile device?
Yes, from my mobile device.
Okay, now zoom in. You just have to zoom on the meet. You are going to see the screen.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thanks so much.
I'm sharing my screen. Can we have the link?
Okay, the link. I was thinking you were following all along. Oh, we have to start the process. Okay, it's fine. I've dropped the link. So just check the chat box. You'll see the link.
All right.
Okay. So you can continue now.
So English.
Correct. Okay, visit Canada. You just passed it up. Can you just go back to the top?
This is
Visit
Canada.
Canada. Great. Yeah.
Please.
Apply for a visitor visa. Apply for a visitor visa. It's on the left part of your screen. Great. Now, who can apply? Just click on the who can apply. Sorry, how to apply. Apologies. Let's go back. How to apply, just to save time. So go down a bit, keep going, scroll down, scroll down. Can you scroll down? Keep going down, keep going down. Keep scrolling down, 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 down. Okay, now it's fine. Just go up. I think go up now. Let's take the first option.
Okay.
Okay, now great. Now from where you are, just let me just use my screen so that will be fast. Okay, now let's get back. So now prepare document and apply. Can you select to visit as a tourist? Why are you applying to visit as a tourist? Is it clickable there? Just the box. Sorry, can you click to visit as a tourist? Okay, just hold on. Let me show you what I want you to do. Okay, this is where you are now. Can you see? Can you see my own screen?
Yes.
Okay, now you watch the same thing you have is what I'm having. So can you see to visit as a tourist? Do you see this? I'll click this.
What? I can't see.
Okay, can you stop sharing? Let me share. Don't exit the browser. Just click stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, here is where you are. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can see. Yeah, so where you are now is visitor visa, temporary resident visa. So all you need to do is scroll down and click. Now, why are you applying for visitor visa? Select this.
I
Let me
can see your
refresh.
screen, sir, please.
You can't see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you just zoom in, like zoom the screen of your phone?
Yeah, I've done that, but it's still not
It's still not
showing.
visible. Can
Yes.
other people see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes, we can. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I guess maybe it's
Seriously,
your
few of
device.
us can't see the screen.
I don't know how well I can present the screen. But sorry to that. I'll just advise we watch the video. My apologies. So why are you applying for visitor visa? This is what to be clicked to visit as a tourist. This part where my mouse is. So just click this. So when you click it, then it takes you down. You click continue, right? Then it takes you gather documents. Then scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Then you click sign into the RCC portal. So that is just what you need to do. That is just what I want you to do. And with that now, we we should be able to move on. So I don't know if you can just continue now. Click on to visit as a tourist. So you can share your own screen while I stop sharing my own screen.
She started closest. What is it?
Okay, have you been able to see that? Great.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
great now. Great, great, great. Applausive.
There is a mistake in your email. Oh. Please check the Gmail.
The
You
Gmail, the
missed the
Gmail is wrong.
second one.
The A, yeah.
It's still not correct.
MAIL. Yeah, you're right now.
Can you use a password that you can remember? Great now, great. Okay, now thanks so much. Now select order. Now the telephone number is the case now. Can you select order, not Canada? Great. So die code is 234. Correct. Now that is for Nigeria. Now the phone number. No, can you remove? Great now, great. Great. Sign up. Okay, add a plus. Or you scroll up first. Let's see up. Take it up. Let's see. Can you just scroll up? Let's see. Okay, the password don't match. Can you use a matching password? Remove the plus. Great. Sign up. Okay, now go check your email. Verification code. Now click on request a new code first. Request a new code. Okay, send. It will be sent to this email. Okay, now go copy the verification code.
Hallelujah. Or starving. Starving. Look at this cannot it to kill me. Well, it's only
You can't seem to see the code in this email. No.
Okay, that is it now. Enter this code 028800. Okay, here I've even sent multiple. Okay, 411451. Okay, sign in. Great. Now he has successfully signed into IRCC portal. Now he can make any application from visiting to study to work to wherever. So scroll down. I accept, click I accept the terms. Now scroll down. This is the IRCC portal account. So can you see? Can you scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down? So start a new application. Go up a bit. Up, up, up a bit. Now, great. It's enough here. So apply to visit, study, or work in Canada as a temporary resident. Click that. Scroll down. These are just some documents you have in place, your passport and other valid travel documents. I acknowledged. Start application. So this is just how to get the process started. You just have to fill in and answer the question. So the first thing is, do you want to apply for more than one person at a time? So if you're applying for a family or for more than one person, you say yes. But if it's just for one person, you say no. But let's use no to save time. Save and continue. Now, what are you applying for? Visitor visa, study permit, transit visa. So you do visitor visa. And I'll scroll down. So why are you coming? You have to go through this to be loved, to study. So now hold it a bit now. For those who are doing the short course program, this is where you click to study without a permit for less than 6 months. So that is the option. Okay, now but look up, you see to visit Canada as a tourist. Have you seen that? To visit Canada as a tourist. Oh, thanks. Is increasing his brightness. That's awesome. Thank you. To visit Canada as a tourist. Have you seen that? To visit Canada as a tourist, where you are. Yep, correct. Okay, scroll down. So tell us more about what you will do in Canada. Now, let me get to say something. This part begins the journey. Now, when they say tell us more about what you want to do in Canada, you are to include dates. So you need a trip planner. A trip planner is just something that is going to tell us how you are going to spend your trip. So for you who is coming for tourism or as a tourist, you intend to spend 5 days. You're supposed to tell us everything you do in that 5 days from the day you enter to the day you are leaving. So let's say he's leaving on the 29th. Maybe you intend to come to Canada on the 29th of October and you are spending just 5 days. So it simply means, no, I'm coming. No, don't write yet. Don't write yet. Okay, let's just do an instance. He intends to enter Canada 1st of November and he intends to leave Canada by 11th of November. And sorry, by 5th of November. So he's just spending 5 days. Now, tell us more about what you do in Canada. Include it as a tourist means. You are going to tell a trip plan of what you'll be doing in Canada. Do you see that now? So you are entering on the 4th and you are leaving on the 5th. So spell all of that out. So I'm going to use Chat GPT now to generate that. And I'll tell Chat GPT to do 475 characters. Do you get that now? So I'll paste that on the chat box, then you enter that as well. So just a few minutes, let me generate that. Or do you have Chat GPT? Do you have a Chat GPT account?
I do.
Okay, great. So go to Chat GPT now. But before you open your Chat GPT account, Can you go back to the application? No, not this. I think it's Opera browser you used.
Yeah.
Was it Opera browser? I was thinking it's Opera. Try using the. I think it's is it Opera? Or you
It's
check
not
with. Okay,
Is
Chrome.
this?
Okay, okay, Microsoft. Okay, I agree.
Yeah,
Tell
this
us
is.
more. Okay, open ChatGPT. I'll give you a prompt.
Okay. I'm there.
Okay, I'm sending you a prompt now. A moment. Okay, the prompt is ready. So just copy that on the chat box, paste it on Chat GPT. And for those who are using Chat GPT, there are more advanced Chat GPT. Even if you don't use the paid option, you can use the likes of Chat PRM, especially when you want to generate quality characters. So you can just copy that. I'm visiting Canada on the 1st of November to leave on the 5th of November. Kindly describe in 450 characters what I'll be doing in
No, no, I'm
Canada.
supposed to put on the go and check.
I'm here to see it.
Okay, it's on the chat box.
On the charts.
Yeah, click on chat. It's not there. Oh, can other people see my chat?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, now let me paste it
No,
again for.
please.
No, just check the chat box. I pasted it again now.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, it's there now. So I am visiting. Yeah, that's that. Just copy it and paste it on Chat GPT.
So,
Okay, now I'm leaving something for you on the chat. Okay, can I just paste something on the chat box?
okay.
Now, mine actually have places I'll be visiting. Like for each day, the different places I will visit. Do not rely on ChatGPT solely. Still try to tweak, do one or two things, reconstruct sentence and all. Don't just copy verbatim, right? Don't copy
Yeah.
verbatim. So you can just get to whatever ChatGPT is giving. ChatGPT is just to give you a head start to help cushion most part of your thinking plan. But don't rely solely on the judgment. Try to check up, try to rephrase the outcome from ChatGPT as well. Great now. So he has entered why he's coming. Now select year. Year is 2024. Now months is what?
November.
Correct. Day No, day is first. Remember from your chart, you told that you'll be visiting on the 4th, from November 1st to 5th. Good. And when we're done, I will still address something before you proceed. So when will you leave Canada? Do same. Great. Select the 5th. Okay, now scroll down. Let me explain it. UCI is unique client identifier. For those who have applied for Canada visa before and you want to reapply again, you can just continue your application using your UCI number, right? So it will just populate all of your data. Now scroll up. There's an error, so you can't save and continue. Scroll up. Now this is the error. Scroll down. Yeah, where you are, it's correct. From November 1st to 5th, I will be in Toronto. Can you just write everything in full? ChatGPT abbreviated it. So will should be in full. I will be in Toronto. Great. I'll be in Toronto, Canada on November 1st. I'll visit the CN Tower and the Distillery District. Great. November 2nd is for business meeting and a visit to the Royal Ontario Museum on November 3rd. Great. We take I'll take a day trip to Niagara for November 4th to include travel industry networking events and a visit to the Toronto Island. I will wrap up my trip with a visit to St. Lawrence Market on November 5th before the party. Now scroll down. Can you see now you can save and continue? This is just an interlude. That does not mean you should use verbatim what I sent you, just to give us an idea. So save and continue. So document you need to complete the application. So you enter your personal details, you enter travel document details, your finance, education history, scroll down. And criminality and security check, medical background, family information. So continue to application. Are you applying on behalf of someone else? Let's say you're applying for yourself. No, you're not applying on behalf of someone else. So click no. But if you're an agent or an immigration consultant applying on behalf of someone, you do that. So enter your surname as it's seen on your passport or identity document. Then you select your gender. So the process is just so easy. Okay, select date of birth. Just use random date so that we will not know your age, please. My apologies. You can still come over to this and re-edit and do the right information. This is just for the purpose of us practicing. Okay, so type of travel documents, can you see passport? So you are holding a passport, so select passport. What's your passport travel documents number? Now, is it a regular passport? And select the country code that matches one of your passports. So select NGN. So you scroll down, you should see Nigeria. Okay, NGA Nigeria. Now, what is the nationality of your passport? Click to select Nigeria. Nigeria, correct. What is your passport travel document? You can just use random numbers. Enter the following: 8223145. No, 822, just random. 14567. It's enough. A should have been in capital letter. Oh yeah, confirm that again. So you can just copy that and paste. Now, date of issue, let's use yesterday's date, 20th. So you can say 20th. Okay, 22. Okay, let's say August. I wish you say 21st of August because today is 22. Though you are still coming back to the application. The essence of this is just for us to have an idea. So 2024. Okay, so when is it expiring? 20th of August 2034. Let's say it's a 10 years passport. 2034. Great. Now, are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States of the Valley green card? No. Have you heard? But if you are, let's assume you have a USA green card, you say yes, right? Have you had a Canadian visitor visa in the past 10 years? If you have, yes. If you not, no. Do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? So if you have any non-immigrant visa, which is your D600 and D160 form, you'd say yes. But if you not, you say no. Are you traveling to Canada by air? Yes. But if you are not traveling by air, maybe by sea or by land, you put that. So save and continue. Now, country or territory where you were born, so you have to enter the country of your birth. That's, I don't know, Nigeria, I guess. So city or town where you were born, just use a random city. Let's say Abia, Owerri. Okay, fine. Are you a citizen of more than one country or territory? Yes or no? Do you have more than one citizenship? No. Which country or territory are you a citizen of? Nigeria. Are you citizen by birth or by investment or by naturalization? Yes, I'm citizen by birth. Okay, continue. You can see the earliest date of birth you entered still came up. Okay, your NIN now, your national identity number document. Yes. So document number is what you have to enter it. In the case where you can use your driver license as well, but national identity documents should most likely be your NIN. Now, the next post question is you can't actually remember when your NIN was issued, even if you have a plastic NIN. So,
Yeah.
there you're permitted to use random dates. So, just enter random numbers. Let's say 95. Let me just go a random number for you. 754 923. It should be about 11, I guess. Okay, let's work with this. Enter, confirm it again. You can just copy and paste that. So let's say confirm your document number.
It's not pasting.
Okay, oh yeah, it's fine. Now enter it manually. I think the essence of that is to prevent errors. So select country that issued your document. This document, that should be Nigeria. So name used in the past. Now, for those who actually are females who have actually done change of name by virtue of marriage, yes, where you enter it, yes. Have you used another name in the past? Or for there's this person who asked a question that he changed his first name, yes, you put yes and put the previous name you once used before. And for those who are married, you can also state that. So save and continue. So country of residence, Nigeria. Now you can enter your street address. Please do use random street address. There's a public space. It's not too good you put your address on air. A few other persons will come to YouTube to watch this video many years after now. Okay, one federal housing, Lugbe. I think I've been there in Abuja. Okay, it's fine that way. So is your mailing address the same as your residential address? Yes. If your mailing address is the same, yes. If it's not, mailing address is if they want to DHL any document to you, can it's that's the mailing address. List your current country of territory of residence. So are there other countries that you are citizen to, or countries you have lived for the past 5 years for more than 6 months? If there are such countries, state them. But if there are no such countries, leave them. But now you must have stayed in a country for more than 6 months. That should be Nigeria. So add Nigeria to this list because that is your country of domicile. So select a country, Nigeria. Now the question now is from the date of your birth. So you enter from 1983. Month, just enter your date of birth. Okay. Scroll down. Okay, save. Now scroll down. Save and continue. So if you have more than one citizenship or you have stayed in any country you have stayed for more than 6 months. Now, do we already have your fingerprint? Have you gone for biometric in the past? No. If you haven't, yes, if you have. Now save and continue. How much money do you have for your stay in Canada? Or let's say your proof of fund is 5 million. Just go and type 5 million Nigerian naira on Google to Canadian dollars. So, but let's say if we convert 5 million, to save time, you don't have to go, we'll use random numbers. If we convert 5 million Nigerian naira to Canadian dollar, let's say it's 7,000 Canadian dollars. So just put 7,000 CAD. Great. Is someone else giving you money for your stay in Canada? If you have external sponsors, you say yes. But if
Hello.
yeah, I can hear you. I'm with you.
Save and continue.
Correct. Cancel, please. Okay, save and continue. Okay, now post-secondary education history. Post-secondary education means any form of education beyond high school or secondary school, which is your O level. So if you have state years and enter them. So you add it. So let's just add some random school. So the name of your school, ABC University. Let's just use random information. Okay, select year. Let's say the year is from 2012 to 2016. Okay, let's say you started. Okay, that's fine since it's just random information to 2016.
2016.
Okay. No, I'm coming now. So should be 2016. From you started in 2012, you graduated in 20. Let's say it's a 4 years course, the conventional Nigerian 4 years program. Okay, level of study, let's say first degree, check university bachelor degree, field of study, select, click. We use random, let's say businessman. Okay, law, it's fine. Address, it's fine. We are not submitting this. We are not going to pay for it. Now select a country or territory in Nigeria where you studied or where you had that first degree. Great. Now street address, ABC Street. ABC Street. So let's say city or town. Let's say Lagos. Save. Okay, now that's fine. Have you served in the military? No. If you have, yes. Or if you haven't, say no. Okay, work or activities history. If you have worked for civil servant, judge, major, or member of parliament, but you have to add your work history here. So you're going to add all the companies you have worked in the past. So let's just do random, add. So let's say now, because we actually want to add just one, let's say 2016. Okay, select 2016. You just graduated, a vibrant student, got employed immediately. And November. Okay, no, you can't say this. Now, remember, you graduated in October 2016. You got job November 2016 or December 2016, as the case may be.
October 20. Okay.
Are you still there? Okay, now click ongoing that you are still on the job. You are still working there. So you can just click ongoing. Yeah, I can hear you. Just click ongoing. Yeah, you've not switched. So work or activity. So what is the nature of your click? Let's say sales and service occupation. Sales and service occupation. Okay, job title. Okay. Let's take anything random. Let's say biomedical.
I said law. As course of study. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just use random information. ABC Limited, great. Main duties of the job. So here you are to state the jobs you were doing. So just put random details. One, since it's a legal firm. So one, legal consultation. Let's just use random information. Legal consultation. So address, select a country or territory. Let's go to address. Country Nigeria, where the employer is rather. Okay, 2 BCD streets, correct. So city or town, let's say Lagos. Okay, Badon is fine. Yeah, keep it. Okay, it's fine. Lagos is okay. Okay, Badon, great. Save. Okay, save and continue. If you're sure this is the only job you have done in the past, it's fine. But if you have other jobs, state them. Traveling history. Now, during the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country or territory other than the one where you're a citizen or where you live now? If you have your traveling history, you state yes. You can see where the traveling history comes in, and it's so important. But let's assume he doesn't have traveling history to save our time. So no, save and continue. Have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of your status? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit, denied entry or order to leave any country or territory? If you have, don't say no when you have, because they can actually reach out for your records. So say no. Let's assume for this person, no. Save and continue. Have you ever committed any crime? No. Just select no or true. No, 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 no. Save and continue. No, no. Have you had a medical exam performed by an RC authorized panel physician within the last 12 months? If you have actually done some medical tests, you said yes. But if you're not, you say no. Save and continue. Okay, in the last 2 years, were you diagnosed with tuberculosis? No. In the last, just select no or true. This medical history. No, no, no. Save and continue. Are you currently receiving dialysis? No, 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 true. Save and continue. What is your current marital status? I assume you're married, so you select marriage. Okay, what year did you get married? Let's use a random date. Just use a random date. Okay, 28. Okay.
No, it's not correct. I graduated in 2016.
It's fine. You can even say 2024, newly married. Okay, select day. But in the case where it's a real application, you have to use the right information. So the surname of your spouse last name. Just use random name so that we will not know the name of your wife. Okay.
Surname of
So date of birth.
Does that mean the lady?
Okay, now surname of spouse is the name that appears on your spouse passport. Or if your spouse intends to do pass. No, you can leave it, Mr. Onyekachi. We are not using this information, right? It's just for us to have a head on knowledge on how it works. So select random date of birth. Oh, she's a young woman. Just joking. So country or territory of birth. If she's a Nigerian, put Nigeria. Present occupation. Okay. Unemployed. Okay. Is this address the same as yours? Is the address the same as yours? Yes, she's your wife, so you guys should be staying together since you're still married. Will your spouse or common law partner accompany you to Canada? Now, don't say no. In the case where your spouse will not be joining you, you say no. But can you see the question is, answer yes, even if your spouse will join you later in Canada.
But during the application, we stated for one person.
If you are not applying alongside your, yeah, no, it's later now. But I just want to give a clause now. If you are doing study or work permit, always apply yes. But in the case where you are doing visits and you do not include your partner joining you later, then do no, right? Right. So now the right answer for this now is no, because you only have 5 days to stay in Canada. So why do you want to bring your wife? And your wife should not follow you since she's not part of the application for visit. But if it's study or work, you can. So save and continue. Great. Do you have any biological, adopted, or stepchildren? If you have, yes. No. But let's say no for this person. I understand. Tick the box. I understand. Tick it. Save and continue. If you are adopted, provide the details. Okay, but he knows who his parents are, but he doesn't want to do that. So just select that so that we can actually save time. Because he has to, when he click yes, he has to enter both his mother's details as well as his father's details. So that is just what you do. Save and continue. So what is the native language or your mother tongue? So I don't know. You choose your mother tongue here. Just random details is fine. Okay, he still wants to choose this language. It's fine. English. So what language do you want us to contact you? English. Save and continue. Now, email address of applicants. Enter your email again. So here is where you get all emails. If you're applying on behalf of someone, you can use their email if you want them to get information, like when the visa is ready, when they have been approved and all. So you can confirm your email address again. Telephone number of the applicant. So add your phone number. Use random phone numbers, please. So click to add. So first, what type of phone number you are in? Now, is it a cellular order? So let's say it's your residence. So residence.
She's making mistake. The first one is die. Second one is the phone number. Yeah, that place. Yes. Yeah. No, remove the 234 in the phone number. Since you are putting 234 the other place, it's only the phone number, yes.
Hello? Hello?
Continue, you're on track, sir.
Okay, now sorry, I was lost for some about a minute or so. So here's where you review your application. Check. Now, so here's where you submit, you upload your supporting documents, right? So I don't know if Ms. Onyeka, do you have some random PDF files on your system that we can just upload? Okay. This could be PDF, it could be Word document, it could be JPEG, it could be an image. Just upload some random data. Okay. Yeah, just upload random documents because I have to go pick up other meetings. Okay, now before you go to do others, you can see there are two documents that he uploaded. His proof of fund, then his passport or travel document, then his national identity document. So those ones were core. Now they now said optional documents. Here's where you upload your flight itinerary, your hotel reservation, all other documents you have, the proof of assets, home ties, you are married, your marriage certificate to validate that you married and all. So just upload random document here also.
Okay, yeah. I should upload here.
Yeah, okay. You can just leave here. Let's save and continue because of time. So do you consent to be contacted? Yes. Okay, scroll down. So surname or last name. Okay, down. You can just leave that. It's not a real application. Save and continue. So save and continue. Here's where you pay. So can you see now the total? Biometrics is 85 Canadian dollar. Visitor visa, the visa itself is $100. That makes a total of 185. So the 85 goes to VFS center, the center you are going for your biometrics. Do you get that now? But still not forgetting, outside this payment you're making, VFS center will still charge you for using their service. But let's not put that to heart since we will be getting our visa. So save and continue. So here is where he pays, and once he's done paying, he gets his biometric letter invitation, his BLI. So if he pays now with real money, he gets his BLI. Then that's with his BLI and his email, he will now reapply for the VFS. So once he does that, then he gets an appointment, go for his biometric, and that's the end of the process. So, Ms. Onyekachi, thanks so much for being so helpful, being so resourceful, and thank you for sharing your system screen with us. We're so grateful and we don't take that for granted. So
Thank
at those
you.
points
It's my
now,
pleasure.
you can stop. Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. So let me just go over to the questions and answer them, because in the next 5 minutes I'll be out of this section. So the first question someone is asking, let me get to check. Okay. Okay, someone say, what about for study permit in Canada or US? So you select that option after you must have created your IRCC. It's so sad and it's quite unfortunate we couldn't do for US or even Australia. But I do hope we'll get other chances or other sections again. I don't know. Maybe if there'll be more sections the organizers or conveners will be bringing, we might proceed with the other ones. So someone said, what about for study permit in Canada or US? Do I have to be employed? No, if you study permit, you need to have admission from a designated learning institute in US or Canada. And someone say, can I be denied if I'm not employed? No, you don't need employment for study permit. And I'm trying to use the study route. You don't, once you have admission, you have paid your tuition, you have proofs of payment, and you have sufficient proof of funds, you can come in with a study permit. Now, someone went further to say, I need more clarification on proof of funds. Sorry, refer back to the proof of funds section. And someone said, for the RCC portal account, which email should be used, client or agent? Now, if you are a traveling consultant, you can use your own email. You can see there was a point where Mr. Onyekachi have to use contact information, so he uses another email. But because you're an agent, you will not want your clients to have access as the case used to be, then you can use your own email. But if you want to use your client's email, is fine. But it's pre-believe as a standard organization, what you're supposed to do is for every new application, you're supposed to generate an official email for the client, right? That standardized approach. So if Onyekachi Hope is coming to do this with you, so generate an email for Onyekachi Hope in your business name so that you still have access to the email and you can share it with him as well to log in. Okay, the next question said, but in that view, whether agent or client, it's your choice, it's your business. So you know how you run your business. We can actually give you an idea as to how you should go about running your business. For someone who has not traveled to Canada before, can you apply for caregiver job? Correct. Yes, you can. What is our chances of getting a visa or permanent residency? Permanent residency is on arrival as promised by the Canadian government for live in caregiver job. Someone said also for skilled workers, yeah, after staying for a period of 6 months and beyond, you can start working towards getting your resident permit alongside using the service of an immigration lawyer to achieve that. Someone said, how can a truck driver apply? Go to job.ca or go to official Canadian government website, canada.ca, click on job and go search for job, take interviews, make application, take interviews, and get a truck driver job. So someone said, an agent applied Canada visa for me in 2021 and results came in 2023 that it was denied. Now, do you ever get to think that the application time takes this long? Remember, I said I have a problem that I want us to discuss, and if someone can give me an answer, because it's actually a problem on our decks now, it's an immigration problem of a man and his wife. So, if we get answer to that, then we could actually give the person a free Australian EE Class 600 E visa. So he said that it was denied. He refused to give me login details for me to reapply. What do I do? Since I had previously applied and I don't know the work details, the log okay for me. Neither do I have the email info regarding my refusal. What do I do going forward that I've not been able to reapply? All our advice is if the agent refuses to give you your email, I'm sure you got some document from the application. So just reach out for your UCI number, send it to your group admin. I will help you get your logins. Thank you. Now, someone said request for the GCS note from Canada. Also, why should be holding? Okay. Someone was trying to answer. Okay, then the conversation continues. Someone said you talked about the softwares used for all these as a travel consultant. Yeah, there are softwares. Just like every profession actually have tools they use. Travel agencies also have their tools. We even have tools and we have Bible, right? So we have tools and we have immigration Bible we consult or we reach out for certain informations. And over time, several sections before now, I gave out some of our immigration Bible. So returning participants of the several sections before now will attest to that. So you need softwares and you need tools. How do I get Domi ticket and hotel reservation to upload? Now, hotel reservation, for taking this section, you can reach out to us. We will give you hotel reservation for free. Now, dummy ticket, we give out dummy ticket, but at a fee. So you can actually reach out to your group admin if you need dummy ticket. But hotel reservation is free at no cost. But for dummy ticket, we'll get that for you at a cost. Now, I asked a question about permanent residency. I was referred to the admin. Okay. Okay, permanent residence. Yeah, after staying for a few months or year in Canada, and you have a good, maybe a good contract, let's say job or study, you can't just start using visiting visa to file for permanent resident. First, you need a permit that legalizes your stay. Until June, February 2026, you can convert a visiting visa to work visa, says the Canadian government. So if you are holding a visiting visa, you can come into Canada and use that to get an exchange program that enables you to get your permit. So once you have your permit, which is your temporary permit, you can now temporary resident permit. You can now start working towards getting your permanent residence in whichever provinces of your choice using an immigration lawyer. How to answer entire questions? Oh, sorry, the chance for USA was never given because the section for USA would have expanded more than 2 hours, just like the Canadian section did. Someone said, what do you mean by official email to use for client? Official emails are business mails. Example, info@trafsify.com. You can say it's not Google Mail, it's not Yahoo, it's not Hotmail, it's not Rocket Mail, it's not Yandex Mail. It's at our business name. And a few persons in the section also have emails in their business name. Example is info@kuzangfly.com. So get official mails. Now, someone said, first time traveler, is there any disadvantage applying for the first time? There are no disadvantages. And there are no advantages for coming for the 30th time. As long as you don't get the process right, you will not be approved. And as long as you get it right, either as a first time comer or as a regular applicant, it's still the same process. Please, is there any other intrinsics for sign up? IRCC for express entry rather grants better chance to move to Canada. Okay, for IRC, for express entry, you have to apply, create a profile for any of the provincial nominee programs, and that has been discussed extensively in several sections before now. But maybe the conveners will still give us a section and a chance to actually have that discussed. What if you don't have required proof of funds? Well, about proof of funds, we have talked about that if you cannot, proof of funds is not generally bank statement as the case may be, or I said crypto. You can use your cryptocurrency e-wallet to actually put in for proof of funds, your physical asset for proof of funds, bank notes, credit line, all of that could still pass for proof of funds. Assets and investments you got could still pass in. And I did say now that people can use sponsored bank accounts. Reach out to several videos before this one on the proof of funds, or reach out to the admin for further guidance. How can I get proof of funds that is required for a PNP program, sir? Now, before you start looking for proof of funds for a PNP program, which is provincial nominee programs, usually for express entry purposes, it's advisable that you should have been selected first to apply for permanent residence. If that is actually gotten, then you can start talking about proof of funds. And if you can actually get that, reach out to the admin. You can use sponsored proof of funds. But the sponsored proof of funds that your company offers doesn't mean we are several people using the same bank account. Now, when we talk about sponsored proof of funds, it's not necessarily our own company. We have several businesses scattered all over Africa and the world, in whichever country you are that we can reach out for, and they will give you supporting documents as well as your bank statement, with which you can use for proof of funds. So I think we actually exhausted and expanded time. So let me just use 5 minutes. Let me use 5 minutes to wrap up by telling us a question. This question I've been asked sometimes back. We got a client who just newly got married. At the time she started her work permit application, she was a spinster. Now, 2 weeks to when she was actually offered a work permit, and her passport was stamped. She did registry, she did a traditional marriage, she did a white wedding. Do you see that now? So we're just so happy for her. She got a double package. She just got a visa. She did marriage not too long. A visa was approved. Now the question now is, I just want to get your opinion. What should this client of ours do, or what should we do? At the time of applying, she applied as a spinster. But now that she's married, the visa is out now. Now she's married. She wants to still travel with her husband because she said if she'll be leaving her newly married husband behind, she's ready to forgo Canada. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind Canada to stay with Canada. If we can get her to go with her husband, let's forget about the entire process. Her visa has been stamped. We're so happy for her, but she needs to go with her husband. And on RCC portal, the record the government of Canada has is single. Now, 2 weeks before her visa was issued, she is now married. And her husband too, they are just two lovebirds. They don't want to leave each other. We even okay, why don't you go? Then your husband can join. He said either her husband goes with her or let's forget about the Canada trip. So is there anyone in the house who can actually give us a lasting solution or a way out so as to stand a chance to get a free Australia Class 600 e-visa? Okay, I have
All
amazing.
these people raising up their hands, they will not answer. They are all returning students. And this question has
Okay.
been asked and answered before.
No,
So, Mr.
Okay, yeah,
Father Ray, you are not answering this question. Isaac, Lai, just bring down your hands.
yeah, when
Anulika,
I
no.
saw Isaac Lila. Okay. Okay, let me
Please
pick
let me
at
answer
random.
it. Let me answer it. I was not in the class when
No,
he asked.
Doris, you
I
are a
was
returning
there.
student.
I'm
Okay,
not
I
about
want
me.
someone. No, I have two persons. Let me just call two
I'm not
people at
about
random.
me. Hi.
Okay, let me just call two persons. If they can't answer it, then I will give you the chance. Evelyn, yeah, Evelyn is a returning party. I don't know if she's a returning participant, but she's a participant from Ghana, so she is not a Nigerian. So let's give her that privilege.
Yes.
So Evelyn, greetings to you. I think I actually know Evelyn beyond this platform. So, but it's so amazing. She has been an amazing person from Ghana. So, Evelyn, can you just give us answer? What should we do?
Interesting.
Evelyn, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, great. Now, can you just help us out with an
Please let
issue?
me try.
Okay, I will give you a chance after Evelyn
No,
and
Doris, no.
okay,
No, but
Doris
I've
Me,
and
not
Bernard
answered
said
it
I'm a,
no.
before. I've not been
I'm
in
a
the
first,
class they asked
I'm a,
me.
Please let me try. Let me
I'm a
try.
first
I've been
timer. I'm
raising
not
my
returning
hand.
student. Too.
Okay, now I
I'm a
just said
first timer.
Evelyn. Can Evelyn? Okay, if Evelyn doesn't get it, then the next person I'll be calling is Toyin Ogunabe. If he doesn't get it, then the convener will just pick one or two people.
Sir, I'm a first timer. I'm not a returning student, so I raise up my hand.
Wait, I'm
Okay, it's fine.
I'm
It's
joining.
fine.
I beg you.
Okay, Evelyn, are you there?
Funny enough, I was in the class where he
Sir,
asked the
sir,
question and
can
he
you
didn't
ask
answer.
another
He
question?
didn't give an answer.
Sir, can you ask another question entirely?
No, that is the only question. That's the case
Sir,
we
can
have.
I
So
answer?
I'll
Mr.
okay.
Wells,
My
you didn't
Mr.
first
answer
time.
the
Toyin,
question you asked
Let me
in the
answer and
class.
I'll
You didn't
join.
answer it.
Another
Sir,
husband
please
is a
let me
first timer.
answer.
Can I answer the question?
no, in the last previous section, I gave answer to this question. So
But
if
our
you are
class,
a
you didn't
returning
answer. You
student,
didn't give us answer. The class I was.
But we
You
that
didn't
we
give
why?
are
us answer.
new,
Even
forgive
me.
us to join
Me,
it
I'm
now.
new.
Oh goodness.
I'm new. Give us the
Let's
chance
pick
to answer the question.
new people.
Even
I,
me. I never heard of
please,
this
I'm
Oh,
visa.
raising
damn
my
it.
hand. I'm
So let me
raising my
try.
hand. You have not
I've not
answered.
answered any
Ask
question. Any
my
question in
Okay,
this
let's
wow.
class
have it
from
this way
all the
now. It's
previous
fine.
classes.
Okay, apologies. You guys are amazing people. Trust the process. If I asked you guys to answer this, all of you will give pretty wonderful and amazing answers. Now,
Exactly.
I'm asking a new question. I got a new
That's
question.
better.
I think this should
Go
be
ahead,
new.
sir.
Okay, now we got a client. during the time when he was still in Nigeria, he applied for 25 countries. Like, he's actually Ajala. I think there's this Ajala the traveler. He likes traveling. So he applied for 25 countries. And among those countries were Germany, France, United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia. And he has visas for these big countries. He has USA visa, he has Canada visa, he has UK visa, he has US visa. Do you get that now? But why in the US he was deported? So he actually had this issue with some crime case kind of, but not a minor crime case because he picked a fight with someone and broke some bottles on the person's head. So that led to his arrest. He was in prison for 4 months. Then after that, he was deported back to Nigeria and he was blacklisted from coming back to the United States. This same question still goes for the Australian Class 600 visa. Now that he's blacklisted from going to the United States, do you think he can still go to other countries where he still has a valid visa? And if your answer is yes, how will he achieve that? Because his record has actually been broadcasted on virtually all immigration platforms about the visa, about the deportation and a total ban. He was given a lifetime ban from coming to the US. But now he still has his Canada visa, he still has his UK visa, and he's somewhere in just roaming somewhere in Ilorin in Nigeria. So can somebody tell me what he needs to do? He got a chance. He can still go back to the US. He can still go back to the UK. He can still go back to Canada if he wants to. But if he must do these things, what should he do? So I think we still have wonderful hands being lifted up. So Doris, great, Lara, Hassan. So let's start with Doris. Greetings, Doris. Doris, are you there?
Yes, I'm here,
He's
sir.
not around.
Okay,
I'm here.
great. Can
I'm
you
here,
just tell me
sir.
the Okay, what's the answer? What should he do?
Okay. For me, I feel he has other countries he's been going to, and he doesn't have issues with those countries, but he had an issue in the US, maybe because of a little mistake he made, and he has served his term. I think if he wants to travel to another country, which he had already gone before, he should actually get a police character trying to clarify his image for that particular time. And maybe if they see it at the port of entry, he should be able to tell them, this was a mistake I made in the US. This is my police character. I don't have that kind of I've learned my mistake. I think I would be more I don't know how to use the word.
More
That's just
careful.
my idea.
Okay, okay. But Madam Doris, do you think it's worth it? Do we just show them police character to say, okay, we are not a good boy? He said yes. Are you sure he said yes? Will you break bottles? He said no. They said enter. Do you ever think they would do that?
But I think he has served his term, and I think there should be something to show that he was actually not a dubious person, or somebody with how would I put it, deformation of character.
Okay. Okay, that's a pretty nice one. But your guess is as good as mine. With just a Nigerian police character going back to Canada because he was banned internationally from the US, a
Yes,
lifetime
sir.
ban. It's not a kind of a sort of a temporal ban. He was banned for a lifetime. So him or any of his dependents can't go to the UST forever. So if he intends to get maybe some sort of police character from Nigeria, the reason why I'm placing emphasis is so that other persons don't get to say the same thing. If he tries to get some sort of police character from Nigeria, now decides to fly to the US, his records are on most of this government database. Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
that will suffice enough?
I don't think so, sir.
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Okay, the
This is
second
John.
person is
Can I
okay,
give my own
John.
insight?
You are the
Okay,
10th
thank you very much.
person on the list.
Sir?
You were supposed to be
Sir?
the number 10
Oh,
person.
we are seeing a number. I'm not aware. Sorry.
Okay, it's fine. So, okay, John, let me hear you out. I think we got
Lara Zan is it.
an okay. Larazan said no. Okay, Larazan, apologies, please.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening,
Yeah,
everyone in the house.
greetings, ma'am.
Sir, well, my take is that I think he needs to get a good immigration lawyer to help him file an appeal to reverse it
Okay,
because he has served his term. He can appeal
okay,
the ban. That is one. And secondly, for other country, because his data might have gone round, he can go for therapy because breaking bottle and fighting means he needs to deal with his anger issue. So he needs to go for therapy and get his certificate that he is now okay. By using that certificate and his appeal, if he wins the appeal, he will be able to go to other countries. That's my submission, sir.
okay. Yeah, and trust your submission was so amazing. It's it's truly one to be reckoned with. That okay, our submission is don't get police character, get an appeal, get an immigration lawyer, file an appeal, and you should take some therapy. Okay, okay,
And get
now in most
certificate that is
okay, yeah,
free.
okay.
Also, sir,
The
I wanted to add something. I think if you're banned or blacklisted, there should be a certain period, maybe from 5 to 10 years. It,
yeah,
it,
but
it
he
should be
was given
lifted
a
after that
lifetime
period.
ban. No, he got
Okay,
lifetime ban.
lifetime ban. Oh,
He
wow.
can
Yeah.
still appeal it, sir. He can still appeal if he has a good immigration lawyer that can argue his case. It could be as a matter of provocation or something else that caused the fight that sent him to jail.
Okay, this is my view now. Yeah,
Yes.
we are the one handling his case. So I don't know how best, and we have about 7 persons on this case. We even have our lecturer, the man who taught us during the time we're doing immigration law. We have him as the head of the sitting body on this case. But the good news is he can travel to other part of the world. But there's something I'm looking for. He can still go back to the US even if he got a lifetime ban. But there are two ways to do this thing. Now that he got a lifetime ban, he's only banned from entry. He's not banned from being a citizen. So he still can actually use the citizenship route by investment to get a claim. If he has what it
Wow.
takes, he could get a company registered and buy some sort of citizenship by investment in the American country using his company's name. And that to some extent rubs on his person as an influence and humanism. That is just by the way, but there is a second option. So that was actually what I was actually. It's possible without a lifetime ban, he can still get some sort of appeal. Yeah, that's where stated. But there is something he has to do because he can't actually start affording take citizenship of about $800,000 for him to become by some sort of investment to become an American citizen by investment. So what can he do? There are other things he can do that are so simple. He might not even spend beyond $1,000 and you see go to other countries where he has visas. So the truth about the question is actually it's a tough to crack question, but I'll be leaving,
Really tough.
I'll be
It's
leaving the
really
floor
tough.
open. Yeah, I'll leave the floor open for Mr. Nulika. Can you just tell us your own view? If you say appeal, now he's going to get a lawyer. Now, the lawyer, are we going to sue United States of America? Are we suing American immigration body? Why? He is an offender. He's a lawbreaker. He actually, it was actually capped that for Mrs. Ogechi, I guess she's a lawyer. It was actually likened to a kind of an attempted murder. So it's some sort of manslaughter kind of case because he broke both on someone's head and that could lead to the person's death. And the person was an American citizen. So you can see all of that. Americans give preferences to their citizens so much so.
Yeah, citizens, yeah.
Now, if he has hired our service. Are we going to sue America? Are we going to sue IRCC? Because one, if we are suing them, we should have sufficient evidence that he is actually having some psychological problems. So in a bit, we can say he's partially insane, but he's sane. He has been tested medical-wise sane. So if we want to appeal, though we are making an appeal. We have, and he cannot travel. He's free. He's living his life. His dependents can travel to America if they want to. But the case now is he can't afford second citizenship. There is something he needs to do. Now that he has gotten an immigration lawyer, now put yourself in the shoe of an immigration lawyer. What will you do on behalf of those clients? Will you sue the United States of America? What will you do? So that is exactly what the question is. So, Mr. Nulika, are you there?
Okay, I'm not Mr. I'm the woman.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. I'm so sorry.
Okay, from my own point of view, we are not going to sue the American government or the immigration. What we are going to do is to write sort of an appeal on the client's behalf, on behalf of the client. Then that police character is still very important with an authentication from here, from the home country, Nigeria here, then attached to the lawyer who will apply for my battery is low. Who will write an appeal on behalf of the client. That's my own suggestion. Sorry.
Okay, that is still an appeal, Let me just ask the question. I think with this question, everybody will have an idea. Now, there is something with the United States. Most times, rebels, terrorists, or some persons who have been caught and jailed in the Americas sometimes are given a chance to join the American military. Is there anybody that will attest to affirm to that?
Yes.
Yeah, even if it's not a wide-known experience, from some of the home videos we watched, you gotta find that some rebels or some sort of terrorists, after trying to come against America, were in prison. After a while, they were sensitized or they underwent some sort of training, some rehabs, and after that, now they were enlisted into the
become a
Nigerian
machinery
army.
for them.
Yeah, so they use them basically for the purpose of fighting the American enemy.
Yeah.
Do we have? Is that correct?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
feel we can use this route? Can we?
Okay,
We should get him enlisted in the American.
Yes.
No, maybe they file for
sir.
asylum.
No asylum.
No,
Sir, you can do that.
No.
You can do that.
You
can
can't
do that.
file an asylum.
No, you can't file an asylum. You can do. You can.
Can I ask you the question, sir? Can I ask these questions?
Okay,
hello,
Mr.
sir.
Toyin. Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
I'm not Mr. Toyin. This is Barbara. Hello, sir.
Okay. Oh. Good evening, sir. Yeah, great.
Good evening. How are you doing today? Yes, sir. Immediately
I'm great.
Okay, sir. After he finishes jail time.
Jail time.
Yes, after he finished.
I can hear you.
Was it?
Was he deported?
Yeah, he was sent back to Ilorin in Nigeria.
Okay.
Sir, this is my own take. If this is what I want to say, like you said, there's room for second citizen. Then, if he cannot afford that, I believe the best option, which I think you can, give him, is to, maybe he should join the military, link. I think that would be better because I think that is the only way out. And also, he can as well travel to other EU countries because I know US, United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada, they both share information, which I'm aware of. But I believe with other EU countries, he can as well travel there. Then I think that is my own take anyway. But I feel if he cannot afford the second citizen, like you said, because of the amount involved, I think the next option, if he's capable of joining the US military, stuff, then I think if he can, I think that is the best option for him. That is, if he still want to go back to US. So that is my own, take.
I have another idea, sir.
Hello,
Hello, sir.
hello, sir.
Sir,
Mr.
Hello, sir.
Father is
I
Hello,
also
sir.
talk.
feel I
Mr.
also
Father
feel
is
that if he has his family left back in the US, maybe he's married with his wife and his children, and he was
Well,
given a
that's where
lifetime
I'm going.
ban, he can actually, get a lawyer who can file for a waiver to appeal to the judge that he has his wife and his children back in the US.
If he's deported,
Ma,
they are going to deport his entire family.
I
No,
don't
no,
think so.
no. The US don't play with family, so I think they can give a waiver for
Except
that.
the wife is a citizen. Except the wife
Yes,
is a citizen
definitely,
and children.
definitely they are citizens.
Oh,
Uh,
he said the wife, the family is free to visit except the man. That's what he said.
Wow. Ah,
I think we have lost him.
Can he go? Can he go for rehabilitation and ask the lawyer, and the lawyer do a waiver, apply for a waiver for him,
I
as a
don't think
proof
they
that
can
his
apply for a visa because
circumstance has changed?
I don't think.
no, I don't
for
think I don't because
therapy.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yeah, it looks like network has thrown him out.
so
So
they don't want us to collect our gifts, Albi.
I think we'll query the network then.
As usual.
Oh my
As
God.
usual. As usual.
Of
That
course,
has
we
been the
When we want to
all
collect
of us
gifts,
are
that's when
gifted.
the network is so bad.
Okay, just give me a minute. Let me find out.
Really, the ballet line will come.
Right, he's coming back. We're just disconnected.
Okay, please, Madam Kuza, I just have a question. What will it take for us to have him back to complete that session, the US interview?
Yeah, I'll have to find out when he'll be free. So we'll arrange that. Then I'll get back to us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Did he touch on UK at all? I don't know.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
No, he didn't talk. Okay.
Canada application can really take a very long time to fill.
Okay, so he's coming in now. Welcome back, sir.
Okay, my apology. My time, so I have to attend to some other business as well. Let me get to wrap the class. Now, I want to ask another question. The same question. I just want to.
Please unmute yourself, sir.
To give us another idea, then maybe we'll get some sort of ways to answer the question. Now, let's say his name is XYZ ABC. That is his name. His nationality, Nigeria. Now, how about if he buys a second citizen from Dubai or Seychelles, and at the point of naturalization, buying a new citizenship, it's on publication, actually from being the same person. Time he bought Seychelles citizen, he now MNO and RS. Do you? He has changed. Should be able to fly and enter all visa. And let's share our thoughts on this before I wrap up.
Sir, one thing is certain, sir. The same
Okay.
fingerprints still remain the same. The same identity remain the same. That's one thing I know. So I don't think it will fly. The best option, like I said the other time, that is either you join the U.S. military or you buy the U.S. second citizen. If he can, if he has the strength, financial strength, fine. I think that is the best option because the fingerprints remain the same. You only have, he has the only fingerprint of, he's the only person that has access to that, so it can't be changed. So I don't think it will fly.
Okay, this is my view now. If he holds a Seychelles passport, he can enter Canada with no, sorry, he can enter United Kingdom with no visa. He can enter most part of these nations without even requiring visa. And because he doesn't need visa, the only thing that we get is just his passport stamp.
Okay. Does that mean that there's no requirement for fingerprints, for biometrics?
And there are at the port of entry.
So
or in most
like
cases,
said,
it might not come in through flight. You might want to use water. No, I'm only saying this just for you to share your thoughts. I just want to broaden our horizon so that you start thinking of possible ways he can get it.
Yes. Either way or the other, sir. There's no how you're still going to give either biometric in one way or the other. Which I'm very certain of. So that biometric is very, very, very important. That is one aspect which you have to look out for. So I think, like I said,
in conclusion, the second option is not the good one. He can't. We don't want him in the U.S. military because he doesn't like the U.S. for the treatment that was melted on him. If he has his way, he would still want to fight another United States citizen because he felt the guy looked for his trouble, and the guy also used bottle on his head, so he retaliated by using his own bottle too. So because he's not a U.S. citizen, they sent him to prison. So if he has this way, if he sees a United States citizen, he wants to fight back. So he will not want to join their military. He will not want to get a second citizenship. The answer to the question is join the next section. The convener should actually add that. We'll begin with that. The essence is just for us to understand some immigration laws. Now you are getting knowledge. but some immigration laws and some policies that actually applies to how to solicit, how to appeal, and how to give the best consultation approach has not yet been gotten. At this time, we have knowledge, but we to some extent don't have preventive knowledge. If things goes wrong, if my visa is denied, will I just fold my hands and tell the client, oh, sorry,
No.
we got a denial? I don't have to do that. So what will you do in such cases? So I feel if there will be another section, the convener should help us get started with understanding immigration laws. So that because even if you get a ban, there's always a place where you can still fight and the ban will be lifted.
Yes.
But what are the things you need to do? What do you have to know? What do you don't even need an immigration lawyer in most cases. Yeah, you don't need an immigration lawyer if you truly understand immigration laws. So we'll be starting the next section on this, and in that section, each and every one of us will get a free US, Canada, UK immigration Bible. So for every certain things, you can just refer back to your Bible, just like we all have for the Christians have Bible and other religions have their holy book. In immigration services too, we also have our Bible, right? So now it's envisaged that beyond the sections and all the sections you are taking, you should be able to stand in and speak for your clients and defend them adequately against immigration laws and bodies. So see you guys in the next section. It has been to such indeed an amazing, amazing section. From the first day to this time, you guys were awesome. You guys were wonderful. And I look forward to us having another time like this. Until I get to see you guys, bye bye.
All right, good night, sir. Thanks so much for your time.
Is it
Yeah,
the
bye
end of the
everyone.
next? Is anyone tomorrow?
Please, when are we getting the Bible?
Thank you so
Is it
much,
the
Mr. Welch.
I thought we are ending this 23rd.
23rd is for you to use, and it's for you to use it and listen to these recordings and then get your certificate.
The recap. Yes, when do you
Recap.
get the Bible?
That will be said. No.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, but I will get back to him. If we need to look at some other things, then we can just fix a bonus class, maybe 1 hour only. But that will
Yes,
be
for US and UK.
US
For
and
UK and US.
UK.
For the
Yes,
US
and
and the
then
UK.
Wonderful
yes.
if you can do that for us.
So we'll need to find out when he will be free for that. And then
Okay.
for other class that might come up for the, I think that will be for those that are in our mentorship group, so that will help to just hold their hands as they grow in their business. And then the next class we are going to be having that is starting on the 31st is on tour agents. So you can still hang around in the group, be part of it. Yes, for those that want to be tour agents and other things. So
All
I
right.
think we have really
Hello,
spent,
ma.
instead of
Please,
2 hours, we have spent 3 hours.
sorry,
It's
ma.
the
Please,
last
we
day
were
now.
promised a PDF that will contain everything that we learned.
With the links, right?
No, a
Yeah.
PDF file. We were promised a PDF file from the beginning. That we
Okay.
can have everything we learned.
Yeah, once he's done
Please.
with it, he will drop it and we'll share it in the group. So remain in your lecture group.
Okay.
Somebody
But if
talked
it
about
comes out
software.
before tomorrow, we will put it alongside your certificate and send to your email
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you,
is
ma.
as an
it
attachment. But if it's not out before the certificate, then we'll drop it in the group.
Okay.
Somebody talked
Right.
about the software for
Is it tickets?
don't know.
Is it or is it the white label software? Which one?
no, is it the
Please, that
software
white
for all these applications as a travel
take
agent?
that white
So you don't
Oh,
you put all
okay,
your
Travel
okay.
together.
All right. No problem.
Please, tell us more.
He will something. I
I'm
didn't get
interested in
you.
the white label. I will get in touch with you, ma.
No problem. So our white label, the price, it's actually selling for 500,000 naira, but he has given us a
Baby,
discount of 250,000.
50,000.
I was told.
So that is what we are. For
How
those that
long would
started
that
early,
make
they
it?
Hello,
got.
They said
Yes,
it
I
was
can hear
200
you.
when we
ma.
started.
Hello. Can we have even
Yeah,
one consultation with saying, and then if it is yes, can I know the price? Because I'm not really satisfied with this. I still need more and more.
you need more. Yes, you have to be in our mentorship class for you to have more time with him. And for
Well,
those that are in, yes, those in the mentorship group, and then those that are the white label subscribers. But no problem, you can get back to me on that too. Just remind me later, then we'll talk on it and how you can see him. Is that
Please,
okay?
there are many members in the group that are admin. How do we know which one is your own direct contact?
I don't know which group you came from, but just ask of Kuzang. They will give you my number, whichever group you came from.
There are different people bearing Kuzang in the group that I'm in, no? The lecture room.
The lecture room
No.
itself, yes. The lecture
That's
room itself, just chat any number that is Kuzang.
admin, Abi.
Yes. Okay. All right. So please let's rest. If there's any other session, any announcement will be passed in the
When will
group,
the
please.
call agent session start? I'm
It's starting
interested
on
in
the
that.
30. It's starting on the 31st of this month. It is a 1 week training. We'll have 3 days online session like this where you will run a lot of practicals. So we'll just do 3 days on WhatsApp.
What are the
It's
fee of
going to
that?
be 7 days. It's
I've
just
not seen it before.
20,000 naira.
Okay, is this same platform, right?
Yes.
Okay, I beg you give us enough notice, so please.
Yeah, I think the notice is already up now. Just reach out to your admin about the tour agents class.
Okay.
All right.
We'll do that.
So please let's call it a night. Let's all go and rest. Any other information will be posted in the group. Thank you so much for being there, and thank you for also making us want to do this the more. Thank you so much, and good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night. God bless you.
Bless you too.